You're looking pretty good today.
Thank you very much. Actually, I need a shave. Get a little scruffy. Uh, the holidays, I guess.
So I have to ask a couple of personal questions real quick, just to know how we are associated in our surroundings. Are you married?
I am married. Yeah,
Children?
two.
I've got eight, and I'm married to my second wife, and
Huh.
I divorced my first one now.
Do you have kids from the first one?
Yeah, there's one. Well, it's complicated. Got a
Okay,
lot of different
but
fathers.
eight total. Eight total
Yes,
kids.
yes, I love them all.
My
So,
goodness.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I got two. I got my hands full of two. Well, they're getting older now though, because one's at college and the other one's senior in high school.
okay, okay.
So they're just about to move out of the house.
Well, all of ours are graduated and have a couple of them have some really nice careers. Actually, three of them, and one's working on going on a mission. He says.
A mission.
So yeah,
Oh, can you give me a little bit of background about I get contacted by a lot of people and I set up these talks and I
yes,
rarely remember much about it, but
yeah, sure.
um uh,
I'm
and
I'm
I don't mean to be disrespectful with that, but I'd rather just maybe get a little bit of your background.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, do you want me to start from whenever I was born or right now?
No, well,
I
I
can give
guess
you a real quick summary, about 2 minutes, if that'd be
sure.
okay.
Yeah, I'd love
So,
to.
so I was born in Bakersfield, California, and religion was scattered throughout my youth. We'd go to local churches that were there. My great grandmother was kind of the matriarch of the family, and eventually we moved up to Madeira, and that's where I found that I was introduced to the Church of Jesus Christ. And then I joined when I was baptized when I was 9, but it didn't mean much to me. It was just an event, I didn't know too much, what I was getting into. And then by the time 6 months rolled around and I was already out, inactive as they call it, and then we moved. Me and my brother moved in with my great aunt who was active, and then we became a more active family in that way. Just me and my brother, because my mom and dad had sent us over there to live with her, and then. So when I turned 17, basically I was completely out of the church, and then uh, so I tried to go back 3 or 4 times and got married in the between the age of about 24, I believe I was married. I was in the Air Force for 9 years, but so which was from 18 till 27. Boy, I remember numbers. So, um, but that was like I said, I tried to go back a few times and it never worked out. But then when I turned about 32, who's my ex-wife, she said, "Hey, can we go back to church?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." But at time I said, "It's garbage." There's no, I didn't see any value in it at the time, and something happened. Something really big happened, and it was just I just changed. I was quite the demon before I changed, and that's if you and I think most people that decide on a religion and any of any type would if when their lives are changed dramatically, it's something that they can't let go of, because especially when you go from a disastrous type of lifestyle, and then that something has happened to elevate your life to be at least more fulfilling and joyful, even though that we've had all kinds of problems in our house, but we've managed. I'm 56 years old, and with the mix of kids that I have, which is quite demanding sometimes, but we've enjoyed it just the same. But yeah, so it was a pretty big change, and it wasn't something I was looking for. It was just something that just clicked. It's kind of funny. Whenever I was in the military, I'm trying to get my dog out of here.
What kind of dog do you have? That's okay.
She's American. She's an Alaskan Husky, a miniature. She's mixed with American Eskimo, German Shepherd, and a few other breeds, small breeds,
Oh,
so that
interesting.
to shrink it down. And so
Okay.
she's a beautiful Alaskan Husky, about 2 feet tall. So,
Oh my.
so it's
That sounds like
short.
a lot of hair. A lot of hair
Yeah,
on the ground. Does she lose a
yeah,
lot?
she does. She sheds. Yeah, so we enjoy it. And so your dog, you have a dog too, or
No, we don't have one anymore. We used to. She
yeah,
died about 3 years ago. I took her for a walk, and the weather was fine. It was a gentle walk, but it was enough to get her heart going. And
yeah.
then she laid down, and she just kept panting and panting and panting, and just never recovered from it.
Wow,
There's
that's too bad.
something. She was a Doberman, so there's something about that breed apparently with heart issues,
Right.
and we didn't know about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have really been exercising her probably at all if I had known. So yeah, she
Yeah, I
passed
didn't
away.
know that. That's crazy. Yeah, so we just lost a dog a few months ago. We had to put her down. She was like 16-year-old American Eskimo, which it was a miniature breed. But
Okay,
yeah,
you
so
like those dogs, huh? You like
we
those Alaskan
well,
dogs
I'm a hound dog kind of person. My wife is completely not a hound dog person, so we get them in many breeds.
and
So
compromise.
compromise, yeah. So we're doing good. But yeah, so that's kind of, so I,
Hmm.
like I said, I'm 56 years old. I've been doing this for about 23 years. And really
Doing what? Like
just apologetics and the
ah
discussion, really
uh-huh.
being a part of a religion. And I hate the word religion, because if it's just a religion, then you're just going just because it's uh, uh, you're kind of empowered by this, by the talk that they're giving, by the ambience of the moment. But when it becomes a
Hmm.
way of life, that's what you really are looking, what people are really looking for, dynamically, is a way of life that really empowers their joy and or being content in life.
Yeah. And is it your view that this belief is empowering you? You're getting a sense of joy and fulfillment. Was another word that I wrote down that you possibly used.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's, how would you say it? When you I've done a lot of research, and I've done a lot of soul searching. I've done a lot of looking at the universe, and I don't know if you remember this, but I said my favorite study is how the universe and its physical laws affect the micro and the macro, and that would include human beings and interaction. So I analyze all these things, and I look at them dynamically that way. What's the if and I and the more that I become connected to the universe, in that personal way of understanding how it motivates and how it drives, then it becomes, it empowers me to even want more of it. And whenever you can see the change of life, because like I said, I talk to everybody and anybody. Okay, so, and whenever I talk to people, I don't talk to them about joining the church. Actually, I don't want people joining the church. I rather them. I'm a very exclusive kind of human being. If you want to be a part of something, you got to really want to be a part of it. If you don't, then great. But I'm going to teach you how to live life so that you can be happier. So I
Yeah.
teach them philosophies of life a lot of times.
Okay. Do you think that you have to have a God in the life to have a happy life, to have joy, to have fulfillment? Or do you think like an atheist like myself can still have all those things
Yeah,
without
but
like
I
if
think
I
it.
just
Yeah.
if I looked at the universe or studied the universe and you know realized how the universe in its current state is affecting me, could I still achieve all those things, or do I have to also work in a God to
Well,
make it all make sense?
my perspective is the fact that the word exists, and we can and to say, and to me, and this is my opinion, when we look at the universe itself, you're going to say, well, how can you be a Latter-day Saint and be a kind of person who believes that the universe is God? That universe
Oh,
and God are one and the same.
okay.
So whenever I look at the universe, I see it as being a diminutive state over all that exists.
Diminutive? What is it?
Diminutive,
Dim,
having
uh,
dominion over all that
dominion
exists.
over.
All that
Okay.
exists. So given the fact that the word God itself is a diminutive or something that is has dominion over, then I see the universe as having dominion over all that would exist. And I don't say within it, because for me, the universe has no beginning or end. It's just a continuous thing. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so whenever somebody says there's no God, I'm like, do you understand the definition of God fully, so that you can understand that when you're separating yourself, trying to separate yourself from the word God, so much that you're not really uh, sounding logical, I guess we'd say,
Okay.
if that
It
makes any
sounds,
sense.
I think I understand what you're saying. It sounds like you're saying that you define God as the universe, and the
Yes,
universe is God. You see those as synonymous?
right, one and the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And because we're all in the universe, we can't help but be
Submissive.
interacting.
We're interacting, submissive, and it has effect over us. One of the things that I found in a dictionary, and I can't find it anymore. I think dictionaries get changed over time. At least what I see whenever it comes to some of the words and how they describe them in definitions. At least at one time, I've seen the word God being that which affects either nature or man. So the universe absolutely affects nature or man.
Okay. Yeah. Did you at some point write the dictionary as a source? A dictionary as a source of I actually had this written down from your quote, a quote from your comment. At least I think it was your comment. You seemed to you had referenced dictionaries at one point,
right?
And now you're mentioning this definition,
right?
Can we talk about dictionaries a little bit? Like
absolutely, that's where I wanted to go first, anyway, because I know that.
Good.
Because without having a foundation and coming to a real definition about the word, we can't even have the conversation, because we can't get on board with defining the word itself. And like I said, I look at it as a completely broad idea, where the word God. And let me give you I'm going to give you biblical Doctrine and Covenants and the Book of Mormon references, not because I'm trying to convince you of a religion, but just because of what they say and how it identifies how it can be where they leave stuff out in the dictionary. And it's because of the way that Christianity has hammered this idea that there's only one God and no other God in the universe, kind of thing, and that he's the creator of the universe. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys are wrong, but that's okay. The fact that Jesus of Nazareth is being hounded about him saying he was the Son of God, and then he's like, did I not say that ye are gods? And he was called, the judges of Israel were called gods. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but they don't want that in anywhere. They don't want that idea being presented in dictionaries or Wikipedia or anything like that. So you won't see the connection between what the word God means and how again, God is reference to that which affects man or nature. And a judge absolutely affects man by sentencing him to whatever, or in